Welcome engineers, I have a problem. Today's problem is time trialing and making a setup for France and Hungary, the next two races in the championship. If you did not check out the previous video, check it out in the top right corner because I am giving spoilers in 3, 2, 1. It was the British Grand Prix and we lost it because of several incidents. One being Lewis giving us damage at Stowe, another being me spinning coming out of the club corner, another me hitting the curb at the Vale chicane, and also getting track limit penalties at Beckett's. So we come into this double header 13 points behind Max now, which is not good. But France and Hungary, well, France has gone well for me previously. Hungary, I'd like to make amends because it was a pretty poor race if you remember last season.
Won't hurt.
We got taken out by Albon after we tried to make a switchback on our teammate Alonso for the win. Albon really doesn't like me.
About 2.1.
That's three things I can list that he actually is prevented me from winning.
So,
Hungary last season,
preset 4.
Japan this season, and Qatar this season. Any more? I don't know, I don't think so. Anyway, there was a big portion at the beginning of this where I just sit in the garage sorting some things out, so you're going to get a lot of waffling from me, with the occasional silence as I try and listen for what the stream's going to be talking about. Because this goes on for about 5 minutes and I can't remember what I talk about for the majority of that. Majority of the beginning bit is just silence though, so I am just filling it for now. Let's talk about France. Practice forecast is rain, if you remember the end of the British episode. Had rain before, circuit's gone pretty alright. I think we won last season, with Max down in 3rd, I believe. Actually, I think I checked it. I think I fact checked this in this brief bit that I had now.
There it is. France. Where we finished?
Right on cue.
P1 with Max P3. Okay, so
I don't know what's up with my mic. I don't know why it's doing that.
yeah, we're not going to do much better than we did there.
So yeah, obviously just comparing to last season to try and figure out which season is better, of course. In terms of results, this one is. Actually, I'm not so sure anymore. We didn't win Austria or Britain this season. I think we did last season though, so that's 2 less wins, which could be this season's China and Abu Dhabi, but also I won Qatar.
Wow,
season,
we were 46 points
Monaco.
ahead of Max. That definitely is not going to happen.
If you did not hear, I said I was 46 points ahead of Max after France. So if we're trying to keep on track with last season, we can't because we're 13 points behind.
Hungary.
So we'd have to gain 59 in one race, which is impossible. So now I'm looking at Hungary. Obviously, like I just said, we finished 5th, I believe, to Max in 1st. Because of Albon.
P8 with Max P1.
Nope, 8th. Wonderful. Losing 21 points in one race. I was going to say sounds familiar, but it's not. Although it kind of is, because we kind of lost 21 points across Britain and Austria. Kind of. In the end, if I don't say it, apparently, because I don't say it apparently, after Hungary, we led the championship by 25 points, which is doable. We'd need to gain, well, maybe not so doable. We need to gain 38 points on Max in the next 2 races.
Points. Why?
Which would be 19 in both races. Maybe it's not so doable. Maybe we did overtake them after Belgium. Because Belgium last season was a pretty horrid race, if you remember. Why am I just taking a trip down memory lane of my poor races? This is not good. Can we get onto some actual time trialing stuff, please?
No, I did. I just did it really early. 25 points.
Nope, we're still talking about
points.
So
we've got our work cut out for us. So that's annoying, but hey ho. What can you do, you know? Anyway, I'm going to quickly do something because...
Oh, come on.
10 of my videos, 9, have been...
Yeah, I can explain what's going on here. Actually, I let him finish.
So... Which is really annoying.
Copyright, I said, for anyone that didn't hear.
Because I bet the person that even copyrighted them doesn't actually own the content. It's not F1 that owns it, I'm pretty sure. Because they're copyrighting the F1 theme, and I'm pretty sure it's not F1 doing it. It might be Brian Tyler, but why, I don't understand.
So yeah, to quickly explain what's going on,
Why is it only
all of my VODs on the VOD channel had been getting copyright claim because of the result screen, the F1 theme that plays, which is why often if you do just check those VODs, they have no audio there because I just remove it. And unfortunately for these videos, it also removes it, which is why I've been showing you screenshots instead, because otherwise you'd just be watching a blank, you'd be watching the result screen, yeah, I wouldn't be saying anything. So, yeah. That's why you got screenshots. But in the end, I do turn music off. I think actually I might have turned it off for Hungary. I think I said before that I turned it off for Belgium, but I'm pretty sure I turned it off for I might have turned it off for Hungary actually. I don't know, we'll find out. Anyway, can we get to some time trialing finally? It's been more than 5 minutes. I said it would be 5 minutes, but no, it's 7 minutes at the moment. Almost. Hello? Are you there? Anyway, if you're watching the video, you're definitely not watching it anymore because nothing's going on. And I am just waffling about nothing. That's of important.
What's going on with the audio?
Hey, I figured out. I didn't realise I worked out that something was wrong with the audio.
And it's still there. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember this now. Yeah. It wasn't a problem with me, it was a problem with the game.
I think it might be with my headphones dying.
Actually, no, it was probably my headphones dying, yeah.
Alright, so
anyway,
with everything done, let's get going.
Finally, after 8 minutes.
Actually, no, because I can't, because freaking audio.
I'm crying out loud. What now? I had to sit through this earlier just to make sure that something was actually going on and that I didn't need to cut through it. I didn't get to this part because I saw that I moved over to the leaderboard and thought, hey, that'll be fine. No, it's not, apparently. Anyway, how's your day been? Tell me in the comments below. When's this going out? Which one? This is episode 80. So it'd be going out on the 16th. When's the 16th? Is that Wednesday? No, it's not Wednesday because today's the 9th and it's Wednesday. No, it would be. Yeah, okay. Anyway, how's your day been? Ready for F1? It's back. This weekend, hopefully. I'm pretty sure. Actually, this time next week. Well, not in terms of the video. 3 hours later from this video, maybe. 4, 4, 7 p.m. I'll be watching an AJR live immersive tour, which will be fun. Never watched a concert in person, never watched a concert full stop, but watching AJR's Maybe Man will be amazing. I don't think I've ever said that AJR is my favourite band. I don't think I'll talk about music. I mean, to be fair, it is an F1 channel. But check out content on the behind the scenes channel, because music stuff will be going on there, because I do coding. That's basically just going to be my coding channel. It's not really behind the scenes. So any coding projects that I do will be going on there. And I do have a few music coding programs that I made. So you will see quite a bit of AJR technically. Although none of the songs, because copyright. Am I even allowed to show album covers? Or do I have to ask permission for that? I don't actually know. I might just have to blur it out, which will be annoying. Anyway, I didn't realise I paused the game for so long. I would have cut this bit out if I knew. But I'm talking now, so I kind of have to leave this bit in. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut it now, and then you won't have to see. I'll cut it now, so you won't have to sit through the rest of it. It was 2.5 minutes of nothing. Well, not nothing.
If the setup's comfortable by the end,
actually, technically, it was doing nothing.
I won't give back
then I went out on circuit only to realise that the time of day was midday, not official. So I then reset it, and this is what you're watching now. Me reset the setup. We did get out on circuit eventually, though. So finally, I can talk about something. First lap on the default setup, 1:31.6. All right. Need a baseline, of course, so let's find out what that is. Of course, the second lap we do invalidate it at the end, though. Again, a 31.8, which is consistent. Not what we're going for at the moment, though. On third lap, we come across the line with a 31.1, so massive improvement there. So 30s seem to be the target by the end of the session. Maybe even low 30s. And a 31.3.
Yeah, not as much grip as I'd like.
To finish the stint.
Let's see what the Xbox guys have. Okay.
So as usual, I take inspiration from the top SoundCloud type setup and run them. First lap was 31.5. Not exactly where we want to be. Second lap, do we go better? Yes, 31.0. That's where we want to be. Can we keep it consistent though? Possibly. Can't keep it clean though. Validate the lap right at the end. Did do a 30.8 though, which is always nice. What isn't nice is invalidating the final lap and also going green by 4/10.
Still not enough grip. It's really
doing
weird.
a 30.3, so we need some grip to get through that final corner apparently.
Yes. Of course I want to. Why does the message pop up when you now select the preset but not when you first start?
Anyway, we make changes and we go again. For the first lap of the stint, make a little mistake, do a 31.6. The mistake was being slow. Second lap, we make a similar mistake, at least compared to the Ghost, as we come across the line with a 31.0. On the third lap, can we go quicker? Follow the trend, do a 30.4. No, not quite, we do a 31.1. Consistent though. On the fourth lap, we finish the stint a little bit weak with a 31.2. Need some pace in the car.
I just want to get the exact details of their suspension so I can go towards them. Okay, so they only changed the rear, front, and 3 down, 2 down. Okay. Actually, yeah, just wanted to check. And then really high wings. So if I do that, I want to make sure that
So, the reason we want to converge towards their suspension values is because I want to work out what each one does so we can make it better for my side, of course. In the end, kind of works. Did a 30.7 on the second lap. On the third lap, we seem to be going green by half a second. With a 30.2, so 29s could be the target in the end. And on the fourth lap,
yeah,
we
need a
finish
little bit
it
more front.
a little bit weak
Getting there.
with a 30.4, but it's still pretty good.
I want to deal with the curbs a little bit better.
So in order to deal with the curves better, we changed the ride height and the level bar, not the suspension.
Somehow the setups gone back.
Make it make sense. 31.0 for the first lap, so the changes are poor anyway. On the second lap, can we go better? Seemingly we can, with a 30.4. So it's more like it. Can we keep consistency though? Obviously ignoring the first lap. And we do. Matching the 30.4 with another one on lap 3. And on lap 4 we finish the stint strongly. No we don't. With a 30.9. So make a small change and get back out there. On the first lap, we make a 30. Was that a 38.0 or 30.0? I don't know. Second lap, we did a 30.8. Either way. On the third lap, we seem to be very similar, so consistency is there. Well, not quite. 3/10. 30.5 on the second lap. On the third lap, seemingly matching the distance. Are we going to match the time? Yes, we do, with a 30.5.
Okay, so
Did I miss
that
that?
work.
No, I just miscounted. So, in order to get
Why am I
pace
losing
back,
the time?
we changed the rear suspension and the front roll bar. Sort of worked with a 30.7 on the first lap. On the second lap, we come across the line with a 30.8. Consistency is always nice to see. What's better though is pace. Can we achieve that on the third lap? No, with a 40.7, making a mistake in the final sector, one can only assume. And on the fourth lap, we seem to be a little bit off the pace again, coming over the line with a 30.9. Why do my setups not work anymore? Used to work wonderfully at the beginning of the season, now they just don't. So we changed the front wing, see if we can get some more pace out of this car. And kinda don't. 30.5 on the first lap. On the second lap, we come across the line. Very similar to complete a 30.3, which is better in the right direction. On the third lap, we go green at the end of the lap. Can we keep it? Yes, we do, and we dip into the 30.1s. Can we replicate that? No, not quite. As on the fourth lap, we come across the line with a cough and a 30.4. So consistency is there. And so we reduced the front wing back down. Or did I keep reducing it down? I can't remember what I did the previous go. Wow, I have a really short memory. Either way, it worked. 30.1 on the first lap of the stint. Seeming wanting to replicate it on lap 2, we do a 30.2. On lap 3, can we keep with the Ghost? Yes, we can. Can we keep the lap times? Yes, we can, doing another 30.2. And on the last lap of the stint, we come across the line a lot closer to the Ghost with a 30.1. Really?
Put a little back on, and then that was the final run.
So, the final run of the session. Obviously, with 10 minutes that I wasted at the beginning, we don't have much time at the end to do a run for the best setup, but we kind of have. We did a 29.8 on that first lap, a 30.6 on the second lap, not quite matching what we did, but on the third lap we get close to the Ghost, so we're kind of matching as we come across the line with a 30.0. On the fourth lap it would be really nice if we could get close again, but that's not possible as we come across the line with a mistake and a 37.3. All in all, I'd say it's a good setup. We gained about 1.4 seconds over the default, which is always nice to see. In the end, don't check the invalidated laps and that, probably because I was a bit bored at this point. And the fact that most of our best laps were at the end of the session is always nice to see. So we move on to Hungary.
Reset 2, cool.
Now, normally Sector 2 is our not at best, so if we can get a setup that helps us improve in Sector 1 and 3, that'd be greatly appreciated. Although to be fair, it could be the other way around, I can't remember. First lap done and dusted, we do a 17.7. So benchmark I guess is the 16s by the end of the session. On the second lap of the session we do a 17.6. On the third lap of the session we're close again to the Ghost, doing a 17.8. So consistency is already there. Ability to drive on the track, not apparently. But it doesn't matter as we do a 17.6 on the last lap anyway.
I did not mean to press that. $17.5 is what the AI did here in the time in the AI test. It's my best lap at the moment. Okay. 3.2 off. Weird. Okay.
I've just realised I'm almost a quarter of the way through F124, and I did not check to see if I achieved my target goal for the time trials or that I set for myself at the beginning of F123, and that was to get within 2 seconds of the top time trial time around every circuit. Was it 2 seconds? I can't remember anymore. It might have been 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 2%, or 3%. One of the four. Either way, I just didn't check. Just like the lap times for this stint. So I have no idea whether that was good or not. Although the size tells me that it was not. So we revert the setup back to normal basics. And on the first lap, kind of wish we didn't, because we do a 17.9, not exactly where we want to be. It's not too bad though. On the second lap though, we come across the line with another 17.9, so at least the consistency is there. Across the race we'd only lose 28 seconds, wow, that's a lot. On the third lap we come across the line with a 17.8, and on the last lap of the stint we come across the line with a 17.9. So make small changes in the hope of finding some performance. Unfortunately, we only find mistakes, as we do a 30.9 on the first lap. On the second lap it's surely better, and yeah it is. We get a little bit closer to the ghost with a 17.7. Can we get even closer to the ghost? Yes we can. We even beat it as well, doing a 17.1 on the third lap of the stint.
Done.
And on the fourth lap it would be really nice if we could replicate it. Unfortunately we can't, as we come across the line with a 17.7, 6 tenths down. Now we just need to work on consistency. So in order to change that, we increased the front wing by 5 clicks, and it worked wonders for performance, doing a 16.8 right off the bat. On the second lap we do fall a little bit down below target with a 17.2, but it is better than any of the other laps that we did in the session up to this point, which is good. And on the third lap we go green again, doing a 16.7. So if we can get close to that again on the fourth lap, it'd be a really good setup that we can move forward with. 17.1, still pretty good in my books. Small change to the front wing, decreasing it by 2 clicks. Seemingly not the best choice, but a 16.9 on the first lap.
The happy medium.
Could argue that it is there. On the second lap, we come across the line with a 17.1. So while the pace might be 2 tenths off, the consistency is pretty good. A little bit poor on the third lap though, with a 17.6. But on the fourth lap, we almost fix it. Just a mistake through the final quarter though. So we need to find something to settle that rear down. I was about to say I wish I could say that to a girl, but do I really want to say that to a girl? This is why I'll never get a girlfriend. I apparently want to say stupid stuff like that. So we changed the setup, get back out there. 17.2 on the first lap suggests that it's kind of gone in the wrong direction. And a second lap with a 17.8 definitely tells us this is the wrong way. On the third lap we seem to be a little bit closer to Ghost, and we are with a 17.3, not exactly the close at the proximity that we do want to be. And on the fourth lap we match it with another 17.3, so setup is not quite there.
Work.
So we revert the front wing back to where it normally was, and start playing around with the suspension. 17.4 on the first lap of the stint suggests that this is not the ideal run. On the second lap we come across the line with a 17.2 again, so the consistency is there, just need to try and find the pace, especially with the third lap being another 17.1. And on the fourth lap you need to stop saying we come across the line with a 17.2. It would have been really funny if I just said another
So I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Rude. Why did you check the beginning of the video but not this part, hey? Why? Normally I just cut this part out, but no, you just decided to let it play on through. To be fair, normally I should do it in between the two races. Oh, we're back. That was quick. Can you do something exciting, please? I'm falling asleep here. Well, I didn't mean that. 17.2 with an invalidation on the first lap of the stint is not what we want to do. On the second lap, we keep it clean this time with 17.3, however. So maybe invalidating the lap is the way to go. On the third lap of the stint, we come across the line with a 17.3 again. Once again, slower. And on the fourth lap of the stint, we come across the line even slower with a 17.7. Definitely the wrong changes to the setup. That's a lot more invalidated laps than I'd like. Anywho, we make small changes to the suspension and we get out there. Beginning the stint with a 16.8 suggests this is a very good base.
Okay, so there's a
coming across the line for the second lap and we do a 16.6, which is very good. Can we replicate it on the third lap? We seem to, because there's no ghost ahead of us. And we come across the line with a 16.8.
Never mind, I thought that
almost. Almost forgetting that we need to do 4 laps instead of 3. And thank God we did continue, because we do another lap and finish with a 16.7. Change ride height, get back out there, and it works wonderful. 16.6 to begin the stint, which is always nice. Second lap of the stint, keep in touch with the ghost, and we do a 16.9, 3/10 off, but consistency is bearable. Coming across the line for the third lap, 16.9, pretty good, and can we keep all laps under the 17s? Yes, we do, going with a 16.3 to finish out the stint. Very good setup. Small changes from now on.
No, I don't want to mess with something I don't know.
So we changed the rear wing by 1 click, up to 37, and it's but by 2 clicks apparently actually. And a 16.6 on the first lap suggests it's a good 16.7 on the second lap actually. Maybe not the best way to go. On the third lap though, we do seem to be a little bit quicker, and we are doing a 16.5. And we finished the stint on lap 4 with a 16.4. So, pretty good. Possibly the wrong way to get that extra little bit of performance. So we change it down to just 1 click. And we come across the line with the 16.7. Not quite the 16.3 that we did earlier, but I'll take it. On the second lap, we come across the line with 16.9. And on the third lap, no ghost to be seen because we made a mistake with a 23.3. And on the last lap of the stint, we come across the line a little bit further back from the ghost with a 17.4.
Well, obviously that's not the one, but that's it for today.
Not even bothering to do the final stint on the best
Just
setup
2 seconds
at
now.
Hungary either.
It's not bad actually. Really confused on why
Yes, thank you for finishing the sentence. I really agree as well.
Nope.
I am also really confused on.
Really confused on why the suspension just didn't want to work. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is really confusing. In the end, though, 5 of
anyway, that's that for
those
today.
laps were within the
Join
final
me again
17,
tomorrow
which
if you
is really
enjoyed
good.
today.
Within the final
And if
13,
you
which
enjoyed
is really
tomorrow,
good.
why not give me a follow?
Anywho, that's that for today. Hope you enjoyed. I don't even know why I put this outro if I'm just going to talk over it most of the time. So, yeah.
You have a good rest. I'm a race engineer. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you whenever. Bye.
Yep, you did it perfectly. Bye.